Without a social media presence, growing your business or brand would be nearly impossible. And this is regardless of account size. You can be a small business or a company like Nike. The thing is, having a brand and not taking advantage of all the opportunities social media provides is like making a cake but forgetting the filling. It's still good, but it's not the same. First, you need to have a clear objective. Ask yourself this: why are you on social media? Do you want to drive traffic to your website, get sales, build brand awareness, have a large community of followers? If you don't know what objective that you want to achieve, you're heading nowhere. So to create an action plan that will actually help you grow, you need to set a clear goal. It can be a goal for each social network or just an overall goal, but just one, and it has to be smart, specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time-bound. Let me explain. Specific means you have to be concrete about what you want to achieve. For example, it's not the same to say, I want to gain followers on Instagram, as opposed to, I want to increase my followers on Instagram by 5% compared to the previous month over the next 3 months. You guessed it, the second one is specific. Your goal should also be measurable, because if you can't measure it, then you won't know if you're achieving the target. So your goal needs to be tied to a primary metric. Continuing the previous example, the metric to track would be the number of followers. You can also add secondary metrics like reach, because if your goal is to gain more followers, you'll need more reach. But remember, these secondary metrics will be supporting the primary one. Of course, the goal has to be achievable but realistic. It should be challenging, but also within your reach. In the example, we're talking about a 5% reach per month. It is achievable if you have 1,000 followers, because the goal is to increase by 50 each month. What wouldn't be realistic is expecting to grow 100,000 followers each month, especially if you're not planning on taking big actions. Lastly, it needs a time frame. The example sets a 5% growth in followers each month for 3 months. It also makes sense to have an endpoint and reassess. Your focus may have shifted from the beginning of wanting to increase your followers to now wanting to boost engagement or sales. With your goal in place, it's time for the secondary key, defining your ideal customer. The question here is, who are you targeting? Like the goal, this must be defined from the start, because if you don't know who you're speaking to, it'll be hard to reach your target audience. It would be like trying to sell meat to vegans, which completely makes 0 sense. So you need to create a profile of your ideal customer with all the details of their buyer persona, what they feel, what they want, how their day looks, what their aspirations are, what keeps them up at night. It sounds like a lot, but all this information is extremely valuable. Though it may seem abstract now, don't worry, because I provided you with a template in the description to help you start identifying your ideal customer. Sit down and think carefully about who you want your message on social media to reach. Once you have that, it's time to move on to the next key. Ask yourself, on which social platform should your business or brand be on? The logical thought would be on all of them, because I'll reach more people. Wrong. The correct answer is on the social networks where your ideal customers are. This decision comes from analyzing your ideal customer in the previous step. From that, you get information like age, location, interest, favorite social media platforms, and content they consume. Let's take a look at an example. Imagine I have a trendy clothing brand and my ideal customer is Andy, 22 years old, Gen Z. He's into fashion and keeps up with the latest trends. He lives in LA and always has his phone out documenting his day through Instagram stories. Obviously, we wouldn't use a social network like LinkedIn to reach this user, but Instagram and TikTok would be a perfect fit. As you can see, getting started on social media is like building a house. You begin with the foundation and then support the foundation without skipping any steps. Everything is connected. Without objectives and an ideal customer, you would have no idea what social media networks to focus on. Speaking of foundations, a solid social media strategy goes hand in hand with a content plan. And yes, that is key number 4. A content plan is your holy grail to knowing what to post and what to talk about on social media. Your goals, content formats, on what network, and the frequency. Everything depends on the social network you're posting on, as they all have different rules and formats. So here are the steps on how to create a content plan. First, set a goal for the social media network that you will be posting on. If you have more than one network, the goals will be different for each. For example, on Instagram, you might aim to increase brand awareness, but it's important to be as specific as possible. Remember, your goal has to be smart. So your goal is to increase interactions by 15%. Interactions are tied to growth and connecting with your audience. Next, align this with your content plan. If you want more interaction and already started posting, you can go and analyze your most recent posts for likes, comments, saves, and shares to see different types of patterns. If you don't have any previous posts, start by addressing your potential customers' problems to attract them. Also, look at which formats work best to increase interaction. At Metricool, we analyze thousands of accounts to keep this information updated, and you can find it in our studies. I'll include a link in the video description. Now that you have your content plan in line with your goal, it's time to look at the content itself. For example, returning to the trendy clothing brand, you could have 3 content pillars. Product content. Focus on showcasing what you sell, as your products are the core to your business. Here, you will show your clothes to catch your customers' attention and boost sales. Brand content. You've just started and you want to clearly communicate your values. This type of content will help you build your brand's identity as well as connect with customers who hold the same values. Memes are an excellent way to attract likes and shares. If used well, they'll also help you increase your reach and visibility. As Adam Mosseri said, a post that is shared is a post that has succeeded. So this type of content will be key to boosting your brand's awareness. This way, you cover all of the needs your ideal customers may have. Lastly, set your posting frequency. This depends on your goals, but if you want a rough idea, we recommend taking a look at accounts that are similar to you and see how much they're posting. This data is also available in the studies that I previously mentioned, so make sure to take a look at to get an idea of the minimum amount of posts you should be posting to stand out. Now, I understand that if you're just starting out, you're going to want to post as much as possible. Yes, you're going to want to show that you're active on your profile, but my advice is to maintain a posting frequency that you can keep up with over time. Don't post 7 times in a day and then forget about your account for weeks. And this is where planning comes in. Even if you're just starting out, planning your content and having a tool that schedules it out for you makes your life so much easier. And my recommendation, of course, is Metricool. It has a free version to manage one account, and planning is super easy. I'll explain. All you have to do is sign up, connect your social media account, go to the planner, upload your content, choose the date and time, and you're done. It's just like doing it directly from the native app. You can find the link to register for free in the description. And with your content plan ready to succeed on social media, it's time for the final key. Measure, measure, and measure. Trust me when I say this is my favorite part. There's nothing like reviewing all of the metrics, seeing your top posts, and even seeing the ones that didn't do so well. This helps you refine your strategy, adjust it, and see if you are reaching the goal that you set. Each social network provides profile and post metrics, but I'll warn you, it's tedious. You have to check account by account, post by post, and it can take forever. I know I've already recommended Metricool, but I'm bringing up the tool again because the analytics section is pure gold. You can view all the metrics organized by social network. From there, you can see account and post data, group them by metric, and draw conclusions in seconds. I know measuring can be intimidating at first, but I assure you that it is easier than you think. To make it even simpler Cooler, I'm including this template where you'll learn to analyze your social media like an analyst without even being one. These keys form the foundation. Yes, it's a long journey, but if you follow all the steps, you'll see everything fall into place. I know it's a lot of information. That's why I'm going to give you guys another free template in the description. This template will help you create your social media strategy and bring all of the keys that we discussed today all together. And if you're just starting on social media, leave your username in the comments. Who knows, maybe your ideal customer will find you here. Of course, give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on any more videos. See you soon, Metro Cooler.